Hey, I'm Shay and welcome back to my channel, Books with Shay. So for today's video, this is another installment in my Bingeable series that I just started on my channel to help you guys through social distancing and to give me things to help me through social distancing. Just as we're kind of stuck in the house, I wanted to give you guys some Bingeable recommendations, and this installment is going to be Bingeable adaptations. And so I really love this. This is kind of the video idea that started the whole thing for this series. I love this because it is a multimedia way to kind of enrich your social distancing experience, and I appreciate that because if you get tired of reading, you can switch over to watching. In the last video we talked about listening, so this kind of engages all of your senses during this time. So these recommendations are going to be in no specific order. I'm just going to pull from this pile over here and tell you guys about them. I will give the disclaimer that I have either watched or read all of these books, but I have not watched and read for all of these. So if I give you a movie recommendation and the movie sucks because I only read the book, I really apologize. These are definitely ones that have another piece of media available. Obviously, this is a very short list in comparison to every book that's ever been adapted, but these are some books that either I really liked when I read or I really liked the show or movie when I watched it. Anyway, let's get right into my recommendations. So the very first one that I have on top here, I feel like don't click off of this video if you don't agree with this one, because I know that for LT, he really did not like the movie for this, and I actually haven't seen the movie, but I just read the book and I liked it. It wasn't like the best thing I've ever read. I think it was maybe a 3-star read, but I figured it was a good distraction, and I figured I would put it on this list because I think that reading this book and then watching the movie would be a good distraction. So the first one I have here is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This is the 10th anniversary edition, and it is just absolutely stunning. If you guys watched my Vlogmas, I got this for the 25 books of Christmas, and so this is the edition that I read. I actually just read this last month in February, and like I said, it was about a 3-star read for me, but I'm looking forward to getting into the rest because I hear that the newer books are even better. But this has a movie companion, so the first suggestion is to read City of Bones and watch the movie. For the next one here, this is another one that I have read but haven't seen the movie, but I'm really looking forward to watching the movie while I am here stuck at home, and that is The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. This is the special edition from the collector's edition from Barnes & Noble, and it has this beautiful gold cover. But I read this in February for Black History Month, and it was absolutely stunning, and I really am looking forward to seeing the movie for this as well. The next book, I don't know why they're stacked this way, but the next book is another one that I have read the book but not watched the miniseries, but I have heard nothing but good things, and that is Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. I had this recommended in my last video as well, and I'm sure you guys will see it again because I really loved Nevernight. This was a 5-star read for me, and I have heard just phenomenal things about this miniseries. I believe it's a web series. I will link all of these movies and books down below and where you can find them, but this is one that would be great to spend some time watching and reading. The next one, I have watched the movie but I haven't read the book, but I really cannot wait to read this because it's a super short story, and by short story I think it's less than 100 pages, but that is Breakfast at Tiffany's, and this was one of my favorite movies of all time for years of my childhood and teen years. I really loved Breakfast at Tiffany's, and so I really want to get to reading this. I want to say it's maybe 80 pages or so super short. So this would be a good one if you're just looking for a snack of a read before you watch a movie. This is a great option for that. For the next one, I have watched the movie again, but I have not read the book, but I loved the movies. It is one of my favorite movies. It is one of the few movies that I can rewatch over and over again and not get tired of. I love it so much, and that is Crazy Rich Asians, and so I'm looking forward to reading the book because if I love the movie that much, I can only imagine how good the book is. Next is one that I have read the book but I haven't watched the movie, but I loved this book a lot. I really loved the writing style of this. I thought it was so interesting. I want to say it was maybe a 4-star read for me, and that is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I think that this would be a really good one to watch because it is romantic and kind of, it's not light and fluffy, but it is not super heavy or depressing either. Even though it deals with some serious subject matters, it still was a really fun read, and I would guess that the movie is like that as well. I'm excited to watch the movie and find out if I like it as much as I really like this book. Next, I think, is one of my favorite options on this list because it's available on Netflix, and anything that you can get for a subscription or in a group of other movies versus having to buy it or rent it on Amazon or whatever, I think is a fantastic option. And on top of that, even though I know there's like, we're split down the middle on BookTube, there are some people that love this and some that hate it. I love these movies. This is another couple of movies that I can watch over and over and over again and not get tired of, and that is To All the Boys I Loved Before, and also P.S. I Still Love You. This just came out, the movie for this just came out on Netflix last month, but I love both of these books. I loved both of the movies, and even though I do feel like we could have definitely used some more John Ambrose McLaren in this, these are good. If you haven't, do it right now. It's just so good. Next is the book that kind of inspired this whole video, and that is Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I still have my bookmark in here at the end of this because I just finished it yesterday, maybe day before, and as soon as I finished it, I watched the 3 episodes, I think it's 4 now, the 3 episodes that they had out on Hulu at the time, and the book was so good. This is a 5-star read for me. I'm gonna do a wrap-up soon and I'll talk more about it, but this was so good, and the show was also so good. It's not over, they're still releasing episodes on Hulu right now, but it stars Kerry Washington and Reese Witherspoon, and it's so well cast, and the actors do a fantastic job, and I like it so much. So if you have not read that, I kind of like I kind of put off reading it because I felt like it was going to be too heavy for me, but it wasn't really heavy. It was more mysterious, and I ended up loving it, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. So if you haven't picked it up, you totally should. My next recommendation is, like, I recommended this in my first video as well, but I think that I would be remiss for not mentioning it again, and that is, of course, Harry Potter. I think it is always a good idea to binge Harry Potter because, of course, you can read the books and watch the movies, listen to the audiobooks. Just no matter what form you take this in, it is a really, like, fun journey, I think. And so for me, I have this beautiful edition that is the Nerdy Post recovered collection for Harry Potter, and it's just really pretty. But right now, LT and I are going through the illustrated editions. I own every one that is out right now, but we have not read any of the illustrated editions, and so we are going to read this together and look at the pictures together, and I think that it's going to be so much fun. So this is another little quick 10-minute video that lets you guys know about my recommendations for things that you can read and watch while you're stuck at home, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Let me know how you're feeling about the shorter video format down below. Let me know if you like them, if you prefer them to be a little longer, because I can of course make them longer. Let me know if you guys want descriptions for the books or the movies or anything like that when I do my next few videos. I didn't include them so that I could keep this short and sweet and just kind of pique your interest, and you could go and do a little more research if you wanted more research. But if you guys want it all packaged into one video with me giving you all the information, I totally don't mind doing that either. So let me know what you like. Let me know if you're gonna pick any of these up, and I will see you guys very soon with the next installment in this Bingeables series. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.